I'm gonna make an argument that people are a lot nicer when they have money. It's so true. And I'm naturally, I'd say in terms of just being polite, I've always been a polite person and good at heart. But I would be lying if I said I wouldn't be more polite if I had money. There's so many things that money would enable you to do to amplify the great foundation you've already built for yourself. Take me for example. When I was a kid, I used to always see these adverts of, people suffering, people who are less fortunate. That pregnant bird, boy, you better get out the road, bro. Damn, you gonna give birth in the road? Crazy motherfucker. I digress. Well, when I was a kid, there were many things I'd want to do. I'd always want to give to charity. I'd always see these adverts of people suffering, and it'd make me feel bad. Tell me why for some reason I thought this was a road. To be fair, it's actually not that deep. I can see the bottom from here, but I wouldn't want to fall. I mean, I'm black as well. I'm a heavy guy, I'm 85 kilograms. They say black people who have denser bones, so we're going to fall. So I don't want that to happen. And no one's going to save me because it's empty as fuck. It's like 6 past 12. Across this road. We're walking anyway, I don't know where we're going. But yeah, I would say people are happier with money. And I want to just talk about my life right now. Like I told you, I've always been a good guy at heart, and still am. I've always been polite, even when I do have nothing. Like, I don't really have money right now, but I've just had the instilled morals, be a good person, and good things happen to you. And I have had days where I'd be too nice to people, and people would walk over me. But nevertheless, it was still, they'd walk over me. But that's still in school. Once you get to the real world, people are a lot nicer. And I guess that's something I can give myself a good point on, and something I should praise myself on. The fact that I'm able to, I'm just going from what people tell me. I mean, I feel it too because I'm always nice to everyone. And one good trait about myself is, even no matter how bad of a mood I am, I will never just lash it onto someone else. I have a lot more emotional control and I'm in it to it quite often. And I'm aware of the damage that, those words can be to someone. Now, I do believe you're a master of how you interpret someone's words. And so I know hate can hurt me, but I know not everyone's like me, and that's okay, it's an exception. I'm an exception to the rule, I'd like to assume. I've never been here before. But yeah, I would argue money makes people a lot more kinder. Just as people in general. Can do a lot more things. There's a lot of things I want to do with money. Always wanted to do charity work. Like I told you in the beginning of this video, I would see like videos of adverts of homeless people in Africa. Fuck this poo. That's some shit, yeah? Oh shit. I didn't. Don't worry. But I always see these videos of people suffering, and I'm like, fuck man, I want to do something about them. I want to do something to help. But I was never able to. Well, not never. I don't want to add the word never, because that destroys the possibility. And it can be done, just not now, because you're not at the position where you have global wealth to help people that skill, yeah? And it's okay, because we all start through baby steps. We start from somewhere, right? And I'm doing the same thing. So all the great things I do in the future, well, YouTube is the foundation to that, so I tip my hats to that. Money does make someone a lot nicer, and I can empathize with a lot of people because I understand struggle. Like when I was working my sales job about 6 to 7 months ago, I was doing event sales. I was cold approaching a lot of people in public, and I spoke to over 1,000 people, damn near close to 1,000 people, I'm willing to say. And they were all a lot older than me. I was 18 at the time, and yeah, everyone's struggling financially. Everyone's struggling, man. And I was able to relate to these people. When you're in school, everyone places a heavy emphasis on age. For some odd reason, when I was in high school, you could be 16 years old if you had someone if you were friends with someone who was 15, you would be ridiculed for that. And then that never added up to me. You get out of high school, I go to a run club, for example, right? For the most part, I'm the youngest there. I believe the oldest the ages range really. I believe the eldest that was there was about 28. And I was speaking to this 28-year-old like we were the same age. It's a beautiful thing about growing up, you know, as a man and just as a person in general. People are a lot nicer when you get older. And you will realize, I don't know how old you are right now, if you're younger than 18, I will tell you this, and to the people who are older than 18, you can also vouch. Hey bro, once you're out of school, you will realize everyone is the same age. Like, I have older siblings. I have a brother, and I have, I'm just thinking, I was thinking of doing pull-ups, it's been a while. I was just thinking how I can label things together. Not label, but set up the camera in a way it doesn't really touch dirt, because I'm a massive germaphobe. For me to get a good angle of pull-ups, but I will say, you know, you will realize how everyone's pretty much the same age, everyone's pretty much struggling together. And you become a lot more relatable, you know? It's easier to speak to people. That's why, honestly, the way I am now, the way I think, the way I act, I could get into a conversation with people who are in their 40s, 50s, and hold my own and not feel... It's not even a thing like, oh, they're so much older than me. It's like we're all in the real world struggling with life. So you all just have something to bounce on and relate to. Let me do these pull-ups and I'll continue talking to you. Hopefully you guys can see it. And I hope I don't hit my head too. So I'm gonna do I shouldn't do gloves, but I hope you do. I really hope you do. Let's do about 5. Oh, go then. You didn't do 5, I did do 5. Of 2 sets. But yeah, like I was saying, you know, it's not even about an age thing anymore. I'm telling you guys, I promise, to the people younger than 18, and I promise you guys, to the people who are older than you're 18 and plus, you will understand what I'm saying. Once you're out of high school, you speak to anyone else who are older, I'm telling you, it feels like we're all the same age. At a certain point, age doesn't matter. And one of my good friends, Mohammed, he said it best, age truly doesn't equal maturity. It doesn't. It doesn't, man. It's just how your brain functions. You know, this common notion that, you know, us young folk are stupid, we don't really know what we're talking about. I can see why they would fall into the stereotype. Honestly, I could truly empathize, because in general, yeah, they're not wrong. Because if we're talking like general population, just taking everything into account, then yeah, I guess to some degree they're true. Yeah, so they're right to think that, but also ignorant at the same time, because of everything in life, there's always exceptions to the rule. Always exceptions to the rule. And I like to believe to also be one of those exceptions. And this is linking back to money. You know, to make money, you just have to do something that pleases the market, play a role into society. You know? And if you're able to do that on a great scale, make a lot of money from that, well, you're well above average. And that's a good thing to know. It's a really good, pleasing thing to know. I believe there's a park ahead of me, so I might go there. I've actually never been to this spot before, which baffles me, considering how close it is to home. And I've never been here. It just goes to show how little I go out. I like this type of videos, man, because honestly, I don't really have a reason to go out with them. But I like these videos because it gives me a reason to go out, speak thoughts in my mind. And yeah, I'm someone who prefers, I'm more of an introvert, I like being by myself. But it's nice to go outside every now and then. And to the people who don't live in England, I'm just showing you parts of England, my borough, Hackney, where I live. And at the same time, you can hear my thoughts too. I could probably make more videos like this. But at the same time, I'm the type of person who, I don't like being in spots with too much people. One of the main reasons why I decided to come out here and record in these areas in particular is because those fucking kids were making noise where I usually record. So I had no choice. All my primary spots, they were taken up, so I had no choice but to come here, you know? I mean, it's a blessing. Most definitely a blessing, because I'm here now and I'm enjoying what I'm doing. Oh my days, it's fucking worse. But I wish you guys saw that. But hey, we're out here. You were going everywhere with this video, but yeah, money makes you nicer. And I'm thinking I'm this polite already. Now, when I say nice, I don't mean be ignorant to the point where you don't see where people are beginning to use you. Still have wise discernment, but just as your moral values, as a person in general, I believe money will most definitely make you a better person. Most definitely. And I know me for sure because I'm already good at heart and I have nothing. I have no money in the bank. As of this recording, I checked my bank account yesterday on Halifax. I'm a 19-year-old black man in England and I have £22 and 1 pence in my bank account. And I'm probably one of the nicest people you'll see. Now, am I trying to, promote peasant propaganda where, oh, money doesn't make you happy? No, but I'm just saying, happiness, it just comes from the willingness of your heart. And I still have massive desires to be rich in the future, don't get it twisted. I'm not one of those people that they just settle the way they are now, because hell no. Because money, it truly amplifies who you are. If I was already a dickhead prior to getting money and had shit values, well, it will reflect through how you use your money, and you will use that money for bad use. That's why people go to black markets and they buy things that, aren't good for society, and it inflicts harm and damages people permanently in an emotional standpoint. The cause, the effect, and vice versa. If you're more to have an open heart like I do, you can use that for a good cause, that money, as I will in the future. And hey, you know what's weird? I have this child I'm still a bit of a child. As much as I speak, I don't even consider myself smart. Hey, here's the thing with being British. When you're born in England, London, an area like me, I don't even consider myself that smart, guys. For the most part, I barely passed my SATs. I had help to pass my SATs, and even then I barely passed. I got average grades for school, for the most part, with the exception being English literature. I was always good at poetry and whatnot, so I got a 7 for that. But for the most part, I just got 4s and 5s. And I'll tell you that because I'm still a child inside my... Yeah. When you have a British accent, anyone can sound smart with a British accent, Yeah. It comes with it. But yeah, like I was telling you, I'm still a child in my brain, in the sense that I want to go to this park, and I want to invade this park. But I need to remind myself that I'm 19 years old now. I need to remind myself I'm not 15 anymore. I'm not 15 where it's like I can just invade all these areas like a bastard and get away with it. I need to remind myself I actually have adult privileges now. I'm 19 years old. I have adult privileges. Like, I need to stop saying like it's childish, but when young folk commit a crime, they go to juvenile, which is like this detention center for youth. I'm 19 now. I'm of legal age. So if I do something wrong, I go prison. Oh shit, you got Blackpool down here? Well, I'm a massive germaphobe, so I'm not gonna do it on that dirty shit. So it's just a way. They never had this before. Oh shit. I haven't been here since about 2023, my good boy, a good friend of mine. So how does this work? Basically, tell me what's this? Really? This machine's busted, man. It's not working out. I'll give it a shot, but yeah, money makes you a nicer person. Building the foundation that you already have. This shit does not work. Yeah, that's busted, man. But use that to help. Yeah, bro, I do not know how to use that shit. I'm not gonna lie to you fellas. But yeah, money makes you a better person for sure. Most definitely, man. Don't listen to these people on the internet. Saying money don't make you a better person. It does. I know it will most definitely make me a better person, because I have a lot of good things that I'd want to do with my money. I can tell you that much. I think I found a good spot to record, if that's even allowed. And if I do get caught, I'll just say I apologise, because truly, it's out of goodwill. I'm just spreading the message for YouTube. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, money makes you a better person, depending on the values that you already have prior to having the money, and You know, your core roots, how you were when you were a child. You know, that can contribute to you becoming, you know, how you. There was a big one that was a steep fall. Yeah, that was a steep fall. You guys ever saw that? Steep ass fall. You know, money makes you a better person. And I know it'll make me a better person. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with desiring money. You're not evil for wanting to get money. You're not. You're a good guy. It's a stupid stereotype that I hate. You have some fixing up to do.